Hi guys, after converting like 5 to 10 cups of coffee, I'm excited to share an application with you guys that I built over the weekend. It's an AI application and it's a pretty basic one. It allows you to basically chat with a PDF file. So you're prompted to upload a PDF file and then you can ask questions from it, maybe even summarize it. So I did this as part of experimenting with different tools, both on the full stack side and on the AI side. So we're going to be working with a very modern tech stack. And before we get into that, I'd love to give you a rundown of how the application looks like and what we are going to be building. So welcome to Chat PDF. Chat PDF is, as I said, a very simple application that allows you to chat with a PDF file. So we have a very simple sign up with GitHub, and it uses authentication. For this project, I didn't want to go into the nitty-gritty details of email password, logins, or magic links, and it made much more sense to just have a simple auth flow, especially with GitHub. And using Supabase makes this super simple that we are going to be looking at once we start building out the application. So I signed in, and now we have a list of chats, but since we don't have any chats right now, so let's get started and start a new chat. You're prompted with a form to upload a PDF file and ask an initial question out of the PDF file, and we have some sort of a front-end validation as well. So if I click on chat over here, it'll ask me to upload the PDF file and ask a question before I can proceed to the chat. So let's do that. I have a very simple resume, and I'll ask it something, maybe even like summarize the PDF file for me. And let's chat. So on the back end, this is, doing all of the process of converting this PDF file into vectors and embeddings so that when we ask questions from it, the LLM can actually answer those. We're going to be looking at this in detail. It's very exciting. It's a basic conversational RAG chain. But yeah, for now, let's just get into the demo. So this is the initial response we got back after uploading the file. And it tells us that it is a functional resume for John W. Smith, highlighting his experience and qualifications. And if we take a look at the actual PDF source, we're going to see that it does actually belong to John W. Smith, and it contains several different information such as his career summary, adult care experience, child care, etc., etc. So now this is a very simple PDF file, but you could imagine that this application should work for slightly larger PDF files, maybe 2 to 3 pages. But for this demo, I just chose to use a very simple sample resume. So now you can ask the AI in a normal chat and interact with the document. For example, I can ask about the employment history for this person. And we are getting a streamed response, a much chat-like response of explaining their employment history. So we can verify that this is the case from the resume itself. So this is how you can upload a PDF file and interact with it, chat with it, extract information out of it in a much chat-like interface. Now, if I go back to home, this is where my chats are listed. I could have many chats, but for each chat, we can only have one PDF file. I did that for simplicity, but it should be very simple to extend that functionality. You can take a look at the PDF source as well. We're not only going to be focusing on the AI side of things, we're also focusing on the full stack engineering side of things. For example, we want to give a very good user experience. So we take care of things like when I click on a chat, we automatically focus on the input. Always scroll down to the latest message of the chat. So tell me more about the education. And we also have shortcuts. So if I press Command and Enter to submit, it will submit the question and you can see that we are getting a stream response and the chat is always scrolled to the bottom. I'm also going to be really focusing on the front end side and the user experience side of things. So we are using a very modern and simple tech stack. For authentication, we are using Supabase, and we are specifically using the GitHub provider for Auth. For our database, we are also using Supabase. We're using it with row level security. So what that means is that we have certain policies set on the database tables. For example, we have the insert policy that only allows authenticated users to upload PDF files and start a chat. We only allow authenticated users and owners of the chat to be able to see the chat. And for questions, which are basically all the interactions within the chat, can only be read or inserted by the owner of the original chat. So this is how the whole query looks like. And we're going to explore this in detail and actually build this whole system out. On the AI side of things, we needed to store documents, convert PDF files into embeddings, and store that in a vector database. And for that, we are using a documents table. So documents table contains an embedding vector column which stores the embeddings for a chunk of the document. So when we upload a document, it is converted into chunks, multiple chunks. It could be 4 or 5 depending on the size of the PDF file. And each chunk is converted into an embedding, and that is how we basically store PDF embeddings in our database. We are using Supabase storage for actually storing the PDFs so that they can be viewed from within the application. So this is the one we just uploaded. And on the AI side of things, we're using Langchain combined with Langsmith. So each chat that we initiate and each question that we asked from within the chat is basically ran through a series of steps in the chain that eventually gives us the output, which is an answer to the question that the user asks. For front-end and API routes, we are going to be using SvelteKit. SvelteKit is basically an alternative to frameworks like Next.js. And the reason I went with SvelteKit is how simple it looked. I went through a very basic tutorial and I got the hang of it. It seems like a cut down version of Next.js and React. So I really enjoyed working with SvelteKit, and you're also going to be learning SvelteKit as part of this tutorial. So that's it. If you're excited to go through this whole tutorial with me, I'm going to be rolling out a multi-video playlist in which we develop one feature per video, so it is very easy for you to consume and follow along. So if you're excited, leave a like and subscribe, and see you on the next one.